Golden State Warriors kicked off free agency by making the first move. We'll break it down for you guys. Harrison Graham and Chase Sr., our host of Warriors Today at Chat Sports. Draymond back to the Dubs. Chase, 4 years, $100 million, player option on that fourth year. You've been discussing this for a number of days now. Take us through this news.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier on Golden State Warriors Today that all signs had pointed to Draymond Green returning to the Golden State Warriors. We were trying to follow this paper trail over the last couple of days, and earlier this week, I had projected that Draymond was going to get a contract worth in the neighborhood of $100 million. I think that player option in that final deal or in that final year is really, really important. It gives Draymond some flexibility as he gets a little bit older. It gives the Golden State Warriors some flexibility as well. I understand that it sounds like a lot of money for a guy who has had some offensive decline, is a little bit older, but look, this contract now coincides with Steph Curry's contract. So they are going to be paired in this organization that has already won 4 championships together for the next few years, and they are still going to be in this championship window. Draymond was an all-NBA defender this past year, can guard 1 through 5. The offense sometimes runs through him in that high post as the point forward with some of the dribble handoffs, which can spring free, a Steph Curry or a Klay Thompson. He's such a gifted passer with that vision to pass out of the high post to some of those backdoor cuts. And he is so important to the Warriors culture here, which has allowed them to keep this core intact, go through the guts and the difficult times of the NBA playoffs, and I believe having that voice and that presence in that locker room is vitally important. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson as leaders of this basketball team are somewhat passive. Draymond Green is not at all, and to have a dog like that in the heat of battle, Warriors going to continue to have him on this basketball team here for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, we'll continue to break down this news from the pair of us here. Grade the signing, Draymond Green back to the Warriors, 4 years, $100 million, A, B, C, D, or F. And it's a solid A- signing. You know, some people out there might think it's too much money, but for, again, what he brings to that team specifically, I don't think you can replicate that. So I think it makes a lot of sense. We saw him on the golf course with Steph and Klay the other day, Chase. So it was kind of clear that this was inevitable. Gives him long-term security, and 25 a year isn't just financially massive from Golden State side either. Who cares what year 3 and year 4 this deal look like? They're trying to win a championship next year, and bringing back Draymond helps them do that. And Chase, as you know, he does a little bit of everything. He'll occasionally score for you, but more as a distributor and obviously defensively as well.
Yeah, this is a guy who really puts his fingerprints on the ball game night in and night out, and he's consistently available and durable. Now, 2 years ago, missed some time, 46 games played, 2019, 2020, missed some time as well, but 73 games this past year, 8.5 points per night, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, nearly 53% from the field. I'm curious as to why the three-point shot has kind of vacated his offensive arsenal, because that is a little bit odd to me. But he's been able to survive without the three-point shot. And when you have Steph Curry and you have Klay Thompson, this is a player who plays a critical role in this offense. The dribble handoffs are a big part of this motion offense for Steve Kerr, and then his passing ability as well. And do not understate, do not underrate the defensive intangibles and the defensive ability of Draymond Green. Yes, he's seasoned. Yes, he has some wear and tear on those tires. But we saw in that playoff series against the Los Angeles Lakers, when the Warriors lacked size to a massive degree, when he was assigned to have to guard Anthony Davis, he did a decent job in those opportunities. Obviously, ideally, you play him at that 4. You have Kevon Looney or a different center at that 5 spot. That puts him in a better position to be successful. But Draymond Green is a player who can really impact the game in a variety of ways, and the Warriors are looking at this as a situation in this way. Steph Curry is 35 years old. He is still playing elite-level basketball where he's a top 3, top 5 player, and he's going to figure to continue to be one of the top players in this league. And the continuity, the camaraderie of this Warriors team is partially due to the fact that Draymond Green is on this squad. So if Steph Curry went to Mike Dunleavy Jr., the new general manager replacing Bob Myers, and he said, we need Draymond back, that's why the Warriors are bringing him back. Mike Dunleavy Jr. and Steve Kerr even said, we are not a championship contending team without the services of Draymond. His impact is known by the Warriors. Some fans maybe wanted him gone. They're tired of his antics, but that gusto and that swagger as part of those antics, They're really, really important for the identity of the fabric of this Warriors culture.
Yeah, and that's why you guys need to subscribe to our Warriors channel, Golden State Warriors Today. If you're watching live on Chat Sports, we're going to break down these other signings. If you're watching on Warriors Today, well, Draymond's back in the Bay, and that's a good thing for everyone involved. Join the 57,000 plus who have subscribed to Golden State Warriors Today as we hopefully eventually get to 100,000 subscribers. So real quick, Chase, and then we can explore the rest of free agency here. What does Golden State look like from here? What are some other moves that could be on the horizon? There's been a Dario Saric rumor that they could bring him in on the minimum contract.
Yeah, so obviously you can check off Draymond Green. He's returning to the Dubs. Dante DiVincenzo appears to be headed elsewhere. He's going to have a really lucrative market. He could get around $10 million per year as a guy who can create, shoot some threes, good athlete, very good defender. JaMychal Green, another free agent that I wouldn't really mind if the Warriors do not bring him back. Had a couple of really good draft picks for this team, and I really like what Mike Dunleavy Jr. did. They, of course, acquired Chris Paul prior to the NBA draft, and in that trade on draft day, sent Jordan Poole to the Washington Wizards, who's going to be teaming up with Kyle Kuzma, who signed a 4-year, $102 million deal to stay with the Wizards. There's a lot of traction behind Dario Saric here, and all throughout this offseason, we have been discussing the fact that the Warriors need to fortify that front court. They need more size because when they played the Los Angeles Lakers, it became blatantly clear that they lacked that size. They had to start JaMychal Green when Kevon Looney was off the floor. Draymond Green was the only other player who could play at that center spot. Dario Saric is a player who I think if you insert him into this Warrior system for Steve Kerr, heady player who is international from Croatia. He can shoot the three to stretch the floor. He can mix it up down low. He, too, is a very good passer, a very good athlete, a good complement on the floor with Draymond Green, a guy who shot nearly 40% from three-point range last year coming off a torn ACL, and sometimes the second year coming off that injury is when you're better. Dario Saric, a name that we've been hearing that could be a name to be headed to the Warriors next.
Now let us know who you want the Warriors to sign next, or if you're a fan of another team, who you want your favorite team to sign next. Drop a name down in the comment section below. Go ahead and drop that name, player. Real quick, Chase, who is a name beyond Dario Saric that you would like to see maybe Golden State explore?
You know, if they get Saric, I think that's a guy who kind of fulfills the need in that front court. Shake Milton is another player, a scorer off the bench who can play off ball, who could be a very good player for Golden State as well. Many of you know I am the host of Golden State Warriors Today. We are approaching 60,000 subscribers. Draymond resigns. A video is out within minutes. Right after that signing was made official. That's why you subscribe to the show. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you turn on those notifications as well, because anytime we push out a video, you will be notified.